Good evening. On behalf of the Pregnancy Care Center, I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us tonight. We are honored that you would spend the next 45 minutes with us. My name is Michelle Bowman, and I serve as the board president here at the center. On behalf of our whole board, I would like to express our appreciation to you, not only for tuning in, but for your prayers, your support, and believing in the mission of the Pregnancy Care Center. For 37 years, we have been in our community offering help and hope to those facing an unplanned pregnancy. A lot has changed in those 37 years, but our heart for the unborn and for the moms and dads has stayed true. I hope tonight you'll get a glimpse into the amazing work that is being done, even amidst a global pandemic. God is faithful and will continue to be faithful as we strive to do His work. We desperately wanted to be here in person tonight, to sit around tables, share a meal, have the opportunity to personally thank you, and communicate about the year we have had. However, this virtual option gives anyone, anywhere, a chance to hear about the life-saving work of the center. Tonight would not be possible without our amazing sponsors. And we want to take a moment now to say thank you to each and every one. We are especially grateful to our platinum sponsor, Subway JPW. We are also thankful for the numerous table sponsors that hoped to fill a table of family and friends tonight, but instead, some are hosting watch parties or even dinner in their home. We can't thank you all enough for allowing us to retain the funds donated and use them to make our virtual banquet the best it could be. Can we begin our night with a prayer? Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to come together in new and different ways. Lord, I ask as we work through our fluid situation that you continue to be the God that we know you are, that you continue to bring us the people that we need to see, and that you continue to allow us to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Father God, everyone who is watching this tonight knows that there is a special message from you. Lord, I just ask that you make that message loud and clear to each and every one. Amen. Well, I am so excited to watch our banquet. We have tried to keep it brief, so over the next 45 minutes, you will hear from our Executive Director, Tracy Bright, about work the center has accomplished. We will get to honor some amazing life-saving individuals. We will hear where the center is headed, get to watch the transformational story of our client, Caitlin, as well as at the end, you'll have an opportunity to partner with us financially for our work and our ministry. I hope that you will prayerfully consider what the Lord might be calling you to give to the Pregnancy Center tonight. I am personally so proud of the tireless work that our staff and volunteers put in at the center. As a board, we are honored to work with such a great group of individuals that love the Lord and do an amazing job of loving life, every life that walks through our doors. So to begin, let's take a moment, get to know the staff and the joy and fun that they bring to the center.
just love our team. It is so fun that we get to work together. By the way, my name is Tracy Bright. I have the honor and joy of being the Executive Director here at the Pregnancy Care Center. And I too just want to welcome you to our virtual banquet event. I so appreciate you tuning in and just wanting to hear about the life-saving, amazing work that the Pregnancy Care Center is doing. We have had a crazy year. Can we just say that? Like, what happened to 2020? But the one thing that has stayed so true is that Christ has been our foundation through it all. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful that this care center 37 years ago was built on that foundation. And I'm thankful that we just continue the mission of offering help and hope to those facing an unplanned pregnancy. So tonight, since we weren't able to be in person, I thought, hey, we're at the center. I can show you guys a little bit more of what happens here. And we have a long list of services that we offer. All of these services are totally free to all of our clients. And they're able to remain free because of partners like you, because of supporters like you that want to give and donate and come alongside of the care center. So tonight, like I said, I would just like to show you briefly what this place looks like and what you're giving and supporting. So to begin, our clients will walk in. We want to welcome them warmly. We want to greet them with grace and compassion. We want this place to have no judgment because these women are already experiencing so much anxiety, so much worry. There's a lot of fear in these really uncertain times. So from the moment they walk in the door, we want them to be, again, just welcomed. So as they come in, they're gonna do a quick intake, but usually the first thing that clients notice are actually these words that are right over here on our wall. It's two simple words, but they mean so much. The words, just breathe. So this is a space, we want them to walk into this center and take a deep breath. We want them to try to put aside the fears and the worry. And we want to, again, just greet them with so much grace and compassion. Once they've kind of done their intake, then we want to take them right back here. And then back here is where a mentor will meet them. They will have a chance to do a pregnancy test. They'll have a chance to talk about all of their options. And that education piece, that time happens in a room just like this. Following the pregnancy test and all that stuff, if they choose to go through our program, this is also where our Countdown to Parenthood program takes place. And again, they just sit and talk and mentor, even if it's mask to mask, but they have a mentor that talks with them through all those things. So after the pregnancy test, they'll come back here and they actually, again, one of the biggest, most important things we do is offer ultrasound. So our ultrasound room is right around the corner here. We call this room sacred ground. Like, what happens in this room is amazing. It's transformational. We've seen so many women walk into this room with walls built up, very determined to maybe end the life that is within them. But once they get to see a glimpse on the screen and hear a heartbeat and hear the life that is within them, we've seen so many times that they make that life-saving choice. Parenting, or even we talk about all the options. So maybe they would choose adoption, and that is such a sacrificial, honorable decision as well. But again, what happens in here with our nurses, the nurses are just, again, so much compassion, so much respect even for our clients, and just offering in this moment a lot of hope and somebody to come alongside them and say, you can do this. Look at that little baby within you. So again, we highly value education. And if they choose to parent and they even want to go through our Countdown to Parenthood program, it's an earn while you learn program. So as they're meeting with their mentor, they actually are earning small baby gifts. And then eventually after their 10th visit, they get to come into our baby boutique. And it's in here that they get to do a shopping trip where they select a certain number of outfits and a certain number of blankets and towels and just all the things that they would need. Because again, we want to come alongside these women. We don't want them to have any excuse or any reason that they feel like they can't do this. We want to tell them that they can, and we want to help provide the resources for that little baby and for them. And if there are things that they need that are outside of our work, we want to connect them with other community agencies that can come alongside their other needs. So again, it's a holistic approach. It's one that, again, I'm super proud of, and it's just the beginning of a little glimpse of what we do. But our overall, it's just about offering help and hope. But I also have to say, none of this would be possible without the amazing volunteers that walk in these halls, that come and sit and volunteer as a nurse, or go through those baby boutiques, or step into these rooms and mentor these ladies. It's our volunteers that keep this whole center going. And so again, each year at the banquet, we usually honor some amazing individuals. So we wanted to still do that tonight. So check out this video. Each year at our banquet, we have the honor of awarding 4 different categories of life-saving people. So we honor a life-saving volunteer, we honor a life-saving church, a life-saving business, and a life-saving individual. So today, we wanted to be in person. We wanted to be around the tables and in the room to honor these people and give them applause and just thank them for their service, but we can't be. So instead, Amanda and I are going to take the awards to them, and some of them are even a surprise. So why don't you guys come along with us as we give out these awards. For our life-saving volunteer this year, we couldn't pick just one. And the reason is because these 2 women are the dynamic duo. They go together. For nearly 10 years, they've been serving the Pregnancy Care Center faithfully, and it's neat to see the love that they have for our clients and also the friendship that grew between the 2 of them. It's something that's straight from the Lord. And when you think about the countless hours that they've given, when we do the math, we think it's probably nearly over 3,000 hours that they've each given to the service of our clients and to the center. When you think about the clients that they've come alongside of, that they have shared options with, that they've prayed with, that they've educated, that they've supported, it's amazing. And what the cool thought is when we think about that over the past 10 years, how many children are walking this earth and breathing life because these ladies looked at that mom and said, "You can do it. We believe in you." And therefore, there are children today walking and living and have life because their mom chose life, because these volunteers chose to tell them that they could do it and that they would they'd be there to support them. So for this year's life-saving volunteer, we are so honored to recognize Ann Stevens and Barb Williams. The other thing that I think is pretty awesome is, again, just their friendship that's grown. Ann has faithfully made lunch for both of them every Monday. They make Mondays exciting to come into the office, and that's something that is so fun. And Barb's just tell it like it is attitude is something that we love and we appreciate. And again, they've connected with these clients and shown them the love of Christ in such a real and awesome way. We just want to say thank you and honor you. We've got you some flowers, and if you'd like to say something.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ann. You want to say something, Barb?
Thank you.
You know what? It's been an awesome ride. And when you do what you've been assigned to do, it's all good. From the beginning all the way to the end. So I've loved being here. You know, we were on West State Street, we were on East State Street, and now we're over here. It's been absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't take anything from my journey with the Pregnancy Care Center. It's been good.
Good people.
We've met some awesome people, you know, the other volunteers and all that, and it's just been great. It's been really good. It's a job well done, so my job is done now.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We love you guys. We appreciate you, and we wish you the very best.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, we made it out to Poplar Grove to honor our 2020 Life-Saving Church. This is a church that has gone above and beyond, especially last year through 2019. Besides just their regular monthly donation and monthly giving as a church from their missions budget, this church, again, they came alongside of us in so many different ways. They started by hosting a dinner with their women's ministry that raised awareness of who the Pregnancy Care Center is, and they've collected donations. They've helped volunteer and do tremendous work at some of our events this year, like the Hike for Life. They collected more donations. They even, one awesome thing is they rented out an entire theater to the night of the premiere of the Unplanned movie, which is the movie about Planned Parenthood and Abby Johnson. And they were even willing to share just about our services that the Pregnancy Care Center offers for post-abortive women. And so again, they have helped us to raise awareness, to spread the word about what we do. They've supported us in so many different ways. And so it truly is my honor to present this year's Life-Saving Church Award to the Grove Fellowship. So here's a plaque, and accepting the award today, here's some flowers for you guys too. We have Julie and Aaron, who they lead the Mosaic Women's Ministry. And if we're talking about another dynamic duo, these two would be it. For even our event committee planning meetings, you guys have brought so much joy, so much laughter, and some great ideas. And so we're just super, super thankful for all that you guys have done, for standing up for life with us, and just for the partnership that we've created, and we want to continue for many years to come. So thank you so much for all that you've done. We appreciate you guys and just honor you today with this award. Would you like to say anything?
Wow, to get an award to, honestly, all of us are just being the hands and feet of Jesus. So it's a really, it's a little, I'm taken back a little bit just by the fact that we do what we do because of the love of the Lord, just like you guys do what you do for the love of the Lord. So we just want to thank you for all that you do, and that the Pregnancy Care Center really is a crown jewel in our city, and all that we do to help all the women in the region that just need a soft place to land when they're at a vulnerable place in their life.
Exactly. Thank you for always being there for the people in this community, and we're just really super honored to just run alongside you guys. It's been so not even hard to do. It's just been so easy to just kind of come alongside you guys and work with you on everything that we've done. So thank you.
Thank you guys. We love you. We appreciate you.
Love you too.
You might not have seen the inside of this place for a while, but we are here to honor our 2020 life-saving business. This restaurant has partnered with the PCC for a few years now and has done some incredible things. Their whole staff and team exude the servant's heart of Christ, and we are so thankful for that. They truly go the extra mile in their service every single day, except Sunday. And they also, just for us, they've come alongside us at many of our events by donating food for our Hike for Life, handing out hundreds of sandwiches. We're super thankful the last couple of years they've partnered with us in our summer celebration, and again gave out hundreds of nuggets to our community and to our clients. And these are small ways, from those larger events to even just catering a meal for us to honor our volunteers and say thank you. This business, this restaurant, again, just exudes that heart of Christ, and we're super thankful to partner with them and to have them, again, as this year's 2020 life-saving business. So it's my pleasure to honor Chick-fil-A of Rockford for this year's life-saving award. So here to accept the award, we have Alex Imnecker, who's their Director of Marketing, and Christiana Belanger, who's the Executive Director. And these two ladies especially too have really championed the cause for life. They've stood up in their own communities and volunteered numerous hours to the Pregnancy Care Center on their personal time, as they've also given so many hours to this business. So I'm especially thankful that you guys get to accept this award today on behalf of all of Chick-fil-A, and we just can't thank you all enough. So you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'd love to. We are honored to accept the award. We always say here that we're super passionate just about being a place of restoration in our community, and then also just being able to support other places that are restoring the community. And the Pregnancy Center is just such an awesome picture of that, just restoring the clients from beginning of process to end, just that holistic approach to really caring about them. So we love being involved with what you guys are doing and getting to be a part of it, and we're really grateful to be here and accept the award. So thank you.
Thank you guys. We love you. We appreciate you.
We love you too.
You want to say it's my pleasure?
My pleasure.
Okay, so now you guys get to be in on a little surprise. So all of our other award recipients, we sent a letter to them. We notified them before the banquet. We were hoping they would all obviously come and be in person and be honored. But we knew that this life-saving individual, we had a hunch that she would maybe even deny this because she just did not want any of the accolades. So her daughter serves on our student advisory board. So typically when we do this at the banquet, the student advisory board actually gives these awards and talks about the people. So we planned a surprise for the banquet that her daughter would be talking about her and then present the award, and we just thought it'd be really cool. But this is still going to be cool, and you get to be a part of it. So we've worked still with her daughter. But this year's life-saving individual, we picked this woman because she is just she embodies the Proverbs 31 woman. She's helped the Pregnancy Care Center for over 30 years, like pretty much since the beginning. She has partnered with us and supported us. She served on our board for 6 years. That's 2 consecutive terms, and through a lot of changes. There was some ups, some downs, a move, and just a lot of kind of crazy stuff, but she was just that steadfast, generous, humble, amazing woman that has, again, been here almost from the beginning. And so we're super thankful for her. She's raised 6 of her own children to love the Lord, to stand for life. And it's fun that those children for the last several years have been some of the highest fundraisers at our Hike for Life. So they're always involved in our events. She coordinates our baby bottle campaign for her church. And again, just continues to serve so generously through financial support, through her prayers, and just through just her love for the Pregnancy Care Center. So It's my honor that we get to go surprise and award our 2020 life-saving individual to Janine Schneider. So come on with me. We're gonna go surprise her and see what she says. All right, here we go. She doesn't want to come out. Janine Schneider, surprise! Will you step out here? I'll tell you.
It's not a trap. I don't do cameras.
I know, we heard. You know why we heard that, and that's why we had to do this. Janine, we are choosing you as our 2020 life-saving individual for the Pregnancy Care Center. We wanted to honor you at our banquet. So this is our virtual banquet, and we knew that you would probably deny this. So we've been working with Ellie, and we wanted Ellie to present this award to you at the banquet as a part of our student advisory board. So, like I said, don't blame her, don't be mad at her. But we knew just the type of person that you are, Janine. You're so humble. You don't want accolades or limelight at all, but you deserve it. Because you have you've stood for life, and you've stood for the Pregnancy Care Center, and you've shared our mission and our vision for so many years. And so you are so deserving of this, and we are so honored, again, to pick you as our life-saving individual for 2020. Here's some flowers. So
I'm so embarrassed.
don't be embarrassed.
Don't put this on there.
Don't put it on there? Well, too bad. I think it's going to be on there. You look beautiful.
Awful.
We love you. We appreciate you.
All right.
And we think you're great. And you deserve this. You deserve this.
Oh, thank you. And thank all of you who really deserve this out in the audience.
Aw.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
You guys, did you hear sweet Janine? She absolutely didn't want any recognition. And I love that we had to surprise her for that very reason. It is this type of humility that each of these life-saving people possess. Not a single one of them does it for the recognition or to feel good about themselves. They serve the Lord and our community by standing up for life and wanting to see restoration among families and in the lives of our clients. It's beautiful, and I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of it. So I do want to give you guys a few updates. As we look back on 2019, I thought that was a crazy year for us. We did experience a lot of change, starting with me transitioning into the role of executive. We thankfully found an amazing woman of God to take the role of Director of Education. So we hired Laura Sage in May, and we also hired Trey Brown as our Director of Male Education in September. And together, they hit the ground running. This past fall in our schools, they were leading the Positive Choices program. And Positive Choices continues to be one of the programs that we've seen the most growth in. The impact that they're making on our next generation is so important. So this year, our girls groups, they were in all of the Rockford public middle schools. This was a huge accomplishment. We also were in Harlem and Belvedere schools. They were in 3 of the high schools. And our guys groups, they had their second year of groups, and they were able to expand to be in 8 local middle schools. So Positive Choices, if you're not aware, they exist to empower students to win in life, love, and relationships. And that's done by 2 consistent adult leaders going each week into the schools to meet with a small group of students. They build relationships with them, they listen, they encourage, they support these mostly 8th grade students to know that they can have a bright and positive future if they choose, if they make that positive choice. You guys, these students' stories are heartbreaking at times, but I know our team continually showing up gives these students a space to share about their brokenness, and even in the public schools, we are able to bring help and hope. So I just love our Positive Choices program. This past year, we also hired 2 new co-nurse managers, Sheila and Robin. Sweet Wymetta and Simone both transitioned off of staff, but they still come in and volunteer once a week. Our team of nurses is incredible. In 2019, we did 367 ultrasounds. So each of these ultrasounds represents a life that we saw, a new mama that our nurses were able to educate and to encourage. And we do believe that over 50 of those ultrasounds were babies whose mamas at first were very abortion vulnerable. But today, those babies have breath and life, and we praise God for that. Our nurses, they teach classes about prenatal care and bringing the baby home and breastfeeding and so much more. We really believe that education is power for our clients, and we want them to feel as empowered as possible to be the best moms that they can be. In November, we hired a client service advocate, Vicki Steege, to be in the center and to assist our center director, as well as take on some of the volunteer recruitment and training pieces. Vicki jumped right in. She learned the ropes quick so that in January, when Karen McDonald felt God calling her to new things, Vicki was actually able to step in as our new center director. She made that transition very smooth, and we're really thankful for that. We appreciate Karen so much. For many years, she served our center and she worked with our volunteers. And, working here can just be heavy at times. We hear the stories of our clients, and our desire is to help them, but we also must remember that we can't do that on our own. Some of these burdens are burdens that only can be lifted by Jesus. So as a staff and a team of volunteers, we all share the desire to serve and to love and to help in any way we can, but it's important that we remember to still take care of ourselves and our families, and that can be a really tricky balance at times. So then we also have the Stork Bus. Kathy faithfully served on our Stork Bus all throughout 2019. We saw 74 clients, that's 74 lives that were impacted by this mobile unit. We consistently showed up 3 days a week on West State Street, out in Belvedere, and on 7th Street. Again, raising awareness, giving pregnancy tests, doing ultrasounds right there in our mobile unit, and just offering the mentoring and the help that these clients needed. We're currently pushing to get our mobile unit back out, and even if we can't do the ultrasounds right now, what we're offering is diapers and formula and wipes and just emergency pack items to really anyone in need in our community. We have a big, beautiful blue bus, and it's a great marketing piece and a conversation starter, so we want to utilize it in any way that we can. As we began 2020, I was hopeful, I was excited and expectant, and for me personally, I'd completed my year of first as the executive director, so I was ready to tackle the year ahead and was just with more confidence and passion maybe than I even had before. I was excited for our Preparing for Fatherhood program to launch that Trey had worked hard on creating. We had plans to connect with dads and to give them the space to share how they were feeling and to teach them what it looks like to be a 24/7 dad. Also this year, Amanda has worked super hard in the area of marketing. She's streamlined our branding and our colors and has taken our social media to the next level. We created an Instagram page with the target audience of clients, as well as worked with Choose Life Marketing to launch a brand new website in January. So it's beautiful. This website focuses on appealing to abortion-minded women, and we want to make sure that every woman in Rockford, or any woman in Rockford area really, that might be considering abortion would find us first. We want to be her first call, and our website and our social media and our Google business platforms are helping that to happen. We also this year launched our Ages and Stages classes that we wanted to offer throughout the year for parents of babies that are 0 to 1, because we wanted to take our services beyond pregnancy and stay connected with these clients in a new way. So things were really beginning to fall into place. Our team was coming together, we were dreaming for the future, and then COVID-19 hit, and it changed things. No one was prepared for this, but it was also no surprise to our God. So we pivoted. We worked from home for a time. We took things virtual, and we mentored and educated clients over the phone. We made plans one day, and then the next day they totally changed. We wanted to stay true to our mission though, but be safe and adhere to the guidelines of the state. So COVID-19 has changed us, but as I look ahead to the rest of 2020, I can tell you with confidence that we are going to be coming out of this stronger. COVID gave our team time to attend a virtual conference that was put on by Heartbeat International. The information that we gleaned over those 3 days was incredible. So we're working to put those new things into practice that we learned, and just each of us learned something in our specific area. That's why that Heartbeat conference was so important. COVID has forced us to think outside of the box. So our fatherhood program, it had to go virtual, and we met via Zoom. Our classes that our nurses teach, they met via Zoom. Through the generous gifts and the grant that we were able to purchase the Bright Course curriculum. This is an online curriculum with hundreds of videos and lessons that can be text to a client just with the click of a button. Or we can sit here in the center and we can select a lesson video, kind of like you're watching Netflix, and watch the video and go over discussion questions with the client. This is a huge win for us. This will allow us to continue to offer things virtually if a client is unable to come in or doesn't feel safe coming in, or even for like a mom who might get put on bed rest, but she wants to continue the education and stay connected, she can keep learning from her home. So this virus has given us time to evaluate things. And I don't want to just go back to the way it was. Both personally and professionally, God has been teaching me so much. I would consider it a detriment if we just went right back to the way it was and didn't learn and grow and change from this. So as we move on, I still want to see our fatherhood program grow. It's been a slow start, but there's so much potential. I'm going to ask that you guys pray. Will you pray for the dads that we connect with, that they will have a desire to learn and to grow and to be willing to join in, even if they're a little hesitant right now. As we move forward, I believe we need to increase our marketing budget. It is currently only 2% of our overall budget. So I know we don't have a Planned Parenthood here in Rockford, but they have some great marketing schemes. And I want to make sure that we can compete with that so that girls will come to us first before they drive out of town to make a decision that could forever change their life and even potentially end the life of their unborn child. I won't even get started talking about the Planned Parenthood that was able to open a brand new facility in Waukegan, Illinois during this shelter-in-place time where we were supposed to be sheltering in place because we value life. Well, they opened their doors to elective services, and again, it just breaks my heart to know that. So all that to say, we want to continue to reach women in their most vulnerable times, and we want them to be able to easily find us. So therefore, we have to continue to increase our marketing and our advertising and just be available in any way that we can. Our nurses have honestly started to do a little bit of research on what it might look like for us to offer the abortion pill reversal. This is something that we're still very early on and praying about and just asking God to open that door if this is a direction that we're supposed to go. But that would be a huge shift for us and something to offer our clients. Our theme for 2020 is loving life. That's what we picked long before any of this started. And God knew that we would find ourselves in a place where as a nation, we'd be forced to think about what we truly believe. We'd be forced to examine our hearts and check our actions and even our social media posts to see if we are truly loving life and valuing life. I've personally had to dig deep, really deep these last several weeks, and I've shed tears over the brokenness of our world. But honestly, I've come back to that theme, and I've asked myself, am I loving the lives around me? Am I valuing the life of the unborn the same as the life of the African American woman I see at the store, the same as the life of the officer that I drive by on the street, the same as the life of the Hispanic dad who comes here to support his girlfriend here at the center? We are called to love life and to stand up for life and to treat others as the image bearers of God that they are. The Pregnancy Care Center will continue our theme of loving life each and every day as we come out of this virus and this unsettledness as a country, and we will be forever changed by it, but for the better. With more passion and more determination to bring help and hope to our world and to the community that God has placed us in, the Pregnancy Care Center is changing lives. We see transformation taking place, and we welcome you to be a part of that journey, to love life with us. So I'm honored now for you to meet our client, Caitlin, and hear her story of change. As someone who growing up didn't necessarily envision herself being a mom, she's now embraced the role of mother in one of the most beautiful ways I've ever seen. She just glows with gratitude for how the center brought her help and hope in one of her most vulnerable moments. So take a minute now to check out her story.
I never really grew up thinking I want to be a mom. I never played with dolls. I never was let's play family. I was very out in the world, exploring. And so when I did find out I was pregnant, obviously the first thing I felt was an overwhelming sense of fear. And I made the decision okay, I guess I'm going through with it. This is going to be my secret pain for the rest of my life. I guess a big part of my childhood that kind of defined my first decision when becoming pregnant was when I was, I want to say 12, way before I was even interested in boys. I had two of my best friends on my bed and we were just talking about reproductive rights and how I had one friend mention if she ever were to get pregnant, she would get an abortion and just not say anything to anyone and just let it be her secret. And thinking at the time, okay, that's the thing you do. You just live with that kind of pain, and that's how it is. When I had found out the positive on the pregnancy test, I did call and I made the appointment. My heart kind of hurt that whole week. I was thinking, am I really going to go through with this? Am I really going to live with this for the rest of my life? Look at you. It's right here. kept looking around for options, like what do I do? And thank God I have a phone because it just made finding all these options a lot easier. And I came across the Pregnancy Center of Rockford. I called them while I was at school because I still hadn't told anybody, and nobody besides my partner knew. And they were like, we can actually fit you in the morning on Friday, which so happened to be the time of my abortion. And so I thought, like, okay, I guess I can speak with somebody before I go and really get an in-depth look of what my options are. And so I just had a week to like really process like the fact that I was pregnant. Every day, like I just felt like I was kind of suffocating in this overwhelming fear. And I remember the first thing I saw when I walked into the pregnancy care center was a sign that says, "Just breathe." And it's something that's so like natural for people to do. Like you just kind of forget when you're like, so caught up in fears and stuff. I just felt like a great sense of relief coming in there. Like I felt like home already.
I first met Caitlin February of 2019 when she came in for her first ultrasound and pregnancy test. With that began our journey. She introduced herself and said that it couldn't have been a worse time for her to become pregnant. A lot of things were going on in her life, and it was the last thing that she could imagine being a parent right then. As I usually do, I talked to her and learned about her story, and she shared that she had had an appointment already set to go that same day following my visit to get the abortion pill. We discussed all of her options, always with every client that I have. It's my job to empower and give them the truth and the knowledge of what each choice and decision would be and how that would impact their life.
What felt like an hour turned out to be more than that, and little did I know my time for the abortion passed. Like I wouldn't make it if I drove.
I never expected to see her again, and yet 2 weeks later she came back, and I saw something that day when she returned that I had not seen before. She displayed a courage and an inner strength that she didn't see in herself.
From then on, I thought like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do what's best for this baby. Not deciding that I was gonna be a mother, but I was gonna carry through the pregnancy.
Caitlin is a compassionate, caring individual, and she said to me that she couldn't harm her baby and that she wasn't sure at that point if she was able to be a parent because she felt too young and just the circumstances in her life, but she wanted to explore the possibility of adoption. And so I followed Caitlin's story, meeting with her throughout the year. In this time that was unique for Caitlin was she had told me that I was the only person that knew outside of her boyfriend.
I guess what I appreciate most about the Pregnancy Care Center is the fact that I wasn't ready to tell my whole world who I was becoming. I still had that opportunity to talk to somebody and figure out how I was going to become that person. Just to have her like sit me down and like talk through everything and just listen to me, like really listen. Like she responded like to everything I would say, like with such meaningful message and such great advice. It was just like everything I needed, but I didn't know I did. Having the support and help that women need when they are in this time is like just the most wonderful, like magical thing there is, because to actually put yourself out there and to be vulnerable and say like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I need help and someone to talk to, that's exactly what the Pregnancy Care Center is.
The girls are coming and they're in a vulnerable time and a point in their life, and we are here to walk alongside, to support them, to offer them help and hope in a crisis situation where they might not have any.
I just look back on my whole pregnancy journey, and the best decision I ever made was picking up the phone and making an appointment there and meeting Kathy and getting to talk to her and just know her and be her friend. I would never replace that.
I see the difference in these girls from the beginning visit until the end, and just what a joy it is. And that's why I do what I do, is because I can see a difference. Every life has value and purpose.
People do care about you, not just the baby inside of you. And that's exactly what the Pregnancy Care Center Rockford is. As soon as he came out and I heard his voice crying, just shock hit me. I was so shocked. The 9 months of me being pregnant finally resulted in this. I just birthed life. And that's why I started crying. Ozzy, before I even took a pregnancy test, I knew you were within me, and that feeling just rocked my world. Even seeing the 2 positive lines on the test put me deep within the biggest amount of fear I could ever feel. All the way to feeling you inside me and wondering if I was eating the right foods, to properly taking care of my body so I could take care of you, were all little thoughts I had in my mind constantly. And the moment I saw your ultrasound, I saw your foot and I knew exactly you were going to be like your dad, because you had his long, gross second toe. So I'm sorry you got that from him. But that was my first moment of picturing who you were going to be as a person, and I could never forget that. And actually meeting you for the first time and looking into your eyes and seeing the little person look back at me, I couldn't wait to see who you'd become. And just being so excited to know I'd have such a strong effect on who that person is. I can't wait to hear your first words and to talk to you, our first conversation, whether it's going to be a lot of, from what I've heard, it's a lot of, you say no a lot, even if it won't make sense, and you ask why a lot. And I might not always have the answers, but and what I hope you can really learn from me, or at least know about me, is that you always have my trust, and that I will provide you the best home I can, the best love I can, and that I'm going to be the best mom I can be for you. Because in the end, and from when I first found out I was pregnant, I knew I was going to make the best decision I could for you. It wasn't about having you to show off to the world, look at my new accessory. It was, I took the opportunity to really be your mother so that I could shape one individual to be the person I want our future generations to be. Let me tell you, I feel very strongly that most misery that we feel in our life is self-involved. And if you can break that cycle of thinking of yourself, because it's only in our nature to, I know you will be a very happy boy. And I can't wait for you to make relationships with other people. It already feels like you were meant to be here as soon as you were born. And let me say, you have the best uncles in the world. They are so ready to just take you on and have so much fun with you. And you have 2 lovely aunts currently that are gonna love you like you're the most handsome boy in the world, and you're really loved. And your grandparents, everyone is just so happy you're here. And I couldn't be any more happy with my decision of keeping you and having you be a part of our family. I know we gave you one heck of a name, but I love you, Oswald Bo Blackburn. You are the greatest gift I've been given so far in my life.
Wow, baby Ozzy has life today because Caitlin found the Pregnancy Care Center. She found the help and the hope that she needed in a time that was full of fear and uncertainty. It's stories like Caitlin's that remind us why we do what we do. This is another moment where I wish we could be in person at our banquet. Caitlin was so excited and willing to be a part of this. And I would love for you to have seen her in person, for you to have met sweet Ozzy and just seen those cheeks that all you want to do is just squeeze them. I wish we would have the opportunity to applaud her, to show her how proud we are of her for choosing life and now for helping her. She even helps us raise awareness about what our center does and the work that we do. I know I'm inspired by Caitlin. And personally, I hear her story and I want every client that walks through our door to have that same experience. Our work must continue. We can't let a virus or violence stop us. However, in order for our work to continue and for our services and everything that we do to remain totally free of charge to our clients, we need your help. Tonight, we need you to consider making a financial gift to the Pregnancy Care Center so stories like Caitlin's are possible. Tonight, we need you to consider making a donation so that our Preparing for Fatherhood program can expand and grow. Tonight, we need you to consider giving so that our marketing budget can increase and we will be the first place an abortion-minded woman finds when she's searching for her options. Tonight, you have an opportunity to partner with us in this life-saving work. Just as a note, all gifts that are made to our center are tax deductible, and actually because of the CARES Act that was recently passed, this year a donation of $300 is 100% deductible, even if you're taking the standardized deduction. So they're at least trying to encourage people in these uncertain economic times to still give to charities and nonprofits like ours. Tonight, I want you to consider 3 different ways that you can partner with us. One is simply with your time. If you're interested in finding out more about volunteering, again, I encourage you to click the link that says Volunteer Interest. Fill out a short form and we will contact you about ways that you can partner with us through serving. We're specifically looking for mentors, receptionists, and Positive Choices volunteers at this time. The second way that you can partner with us is through a one-time gift. So tonight we have set a goal of raising $20,000. This is a lofty amount, especially to ask through a screen, but God has been so faithful to continue to provide, and I'm asking Him to lay on your heart tonight exactly how much you're supposed to give to help us reach that goal. I trust that whether you're watching this live or maybe at a later time, I don't think you've made it this far just to hit pause or to close the laptop. This is the part where you're invited to be a part of something life-changing. We estimate that it costs just over $400 to cover all the expenses for a mom or a family to receive our services here at the center, from the pregnancy test to the ultrasound and even to our countdown to parenthood mentoring. So, what is the one-time gift amount that you can give tonight that could literally save a life? The third and final way you can partner with us is by becoming a monthly donor. Our monthly donors are the lifeline of our center. Their faithful and consistent giving truly keeps us going. These large fundraising events, they help for a while, but it's those that say that I'm here for the long haul. I want to invest each month to help cover the ongoing cost and to ensure that no matter what comes our way, the Pregnancy Care Center will continue its work. So would you take time tonight and consider your monthly budget? Is there any wiggle room? Could you give $25 a month so that a mom could see the life within her on the screen during an ultrasound? Maybe you could even give $100 a month, and you know that that money is going to keep the Stork bus fueled, the lights on at the center, and the AC pumping through this summer. No matter the amount, I would ask that you prayerfully consider this option, as these gifts truly are what sustain us. And maybe tonight you would even be willing to do both. Tonight you can make a one-time large donation, and you'd also want to sign up to become a monthly donor. I want you to consider those things. And no matter what you decide, just please prayerfully consider all the options. I want you to ask God to lay a number on your heart, an amount that will help provide for the continued life-saving work of the Care Center. So let's go to God right now and let's ask Him to speak to us, even in these moments. Will you pray with me? Father God, thank you for being a God that provides. Thank you for being a God that just invites us into your story and allows us to be your vessels and your hands and your feet and hopefully your voice in these desperate times of uncertainty and of fear and of just a lot of worry and anxiety. God, I pray that you would use the Pregnancy Care Center to offer help and hope to all the clients that walk through our door and just simply to our community. And God, tonight we're asking that you speak to each and every one of us on how we can partner in this life-saving work. God, where in our budget is there room? What can we give tonight that will help sustain this ministry and will help more women like Caitlin choose life and find transformation? God, you are so in control, and we trust you with every part of our life, and especially even our finances. And so, God, we ask you to reveal to us just how we're supposed to partner, and that you would speak to us, and that you would just use us in a mighty, mighty way for your kingdom and for your glory. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. So you've heard the options. Now I'm going to tell you a bit more of a step-by-step on how you can respond. So again, if you're interested in volunteering and you're watching on YouTube, you can click on the link that's in the description below the video. It says volunteer interest. If you're on Facebook, it should be in the description that's above, or you can even just check the comments in the chat area on either platform. If you'd like to make an online donation, at the conclusion of our time, what you can do is click on the Give Now link that's also located in the description. This link will take you to our secure e-giving page. And once you're there, under My Donation, you'll see the option to choose a fund. Go ahead and click on the down arrow and select Banquet 2020. And if you're wanting to make a one-time donation, you simply enter the amount that you want to give, and payment information will appear below for you to fill out. Once you've completed the needed information, you can click Submit, and you've made your one-time donation. If you're wanting to become a monthly donor, you can click on the same Give Now link and then select Banquet 2020 as your fund. You enter the amount that you want to give monthly, and this time you would click on Make This Gift Recurring. Once you click that, you'll be directed to sign in to your e-giving account or register for an account if you don't already have one. When your account registration is complete, it will take you back to the original page and allow you to pick the frequency of your donation, as well as the start date. If you would like to only commit a specific number of gifts, you can indicate that also. So for example, if you want to give monthly for just a year, you could put 12 in the box. And if you leave the box blank, your monthly donation will be set up indefinitely. However, just a reminder, at any time you can always edit or change your recurring gift. So finally, if you'd like to simply write a check and save some of the processing fees online, you can make a check out to the Pregnancy Care Center. You can write Banquet 2020 in the memo line and go ahead and just send your check here to our center. Our address is 4108 Morse Drive, Rockford, Illinois, 61107. And if you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to give Amanda a call. She will help you walk you through the steps and explain things a little more thoroughly. So you can reach Amanda at the number listed, 815-680-5107. So again, I just want to say thank you so much for prayerfully considering how you might partner with us tonight. One final thing we are planning to have available at our in-person banquet was our new Loving Life t-shirts. If you're interested in purchasing one of these shirts, please click on the link labeled Loving Life t-shirts. These t-shirts are super soft, and they're really a great reminder wear as we strive to love every life. So as we wrap up, we must take time again to say thank you to our sponsors that made tonight possible. Subway JPW, Harvest Rockford, and Thomas and Rosemary Muldowney were some of our gold and platinum level sponsors, and they are such a huge blessing to us. These sponsors actually helped us underwrite the cost of our originally planned speaker, Ryan Dobson. And I do want to let you guys know that Ryan has committed to holding our deposit until next year and plans to be with us as we tentatively plan for an in-person banquet on Thursday, April 22nd at the Tabala Event Center in Rockford. We truly do hope that we can all be back together at that time. So make sure that you stay connected through our new Friends of the PCC of Rockford Facebook page for all the events and all the updates. Again, I say thank you so very much for tuning in. It means a lot to me that you believe in our mission and that you want to support the Pregnancy Care Center. And I hope that tonight you've been encouraged. I hope that you've been inspired, and I hope that you will continue loving life. Have a great night, and God bless.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Thank you.